Well, friends, the Venom trailer has dropped, the long-awaited Venom 3. We finally get a glimpse of what Eddie and Venom are up to in this epic last dance. But we also got a really big character drop in this trailer as well. So who is this white-haired shadow daddy in the darkness? Let's break that down.
But then a lot of nice things turn bad out there.
So Knull isn't just some ordinary bad guy. He's a primordial being born between the 6th and 7th cosmos, meaning this guy is super old. He predates all the cosmic level events and was around long before your favorite Marvel heroes started swinging hammers and shooting webs. He was actually created from darkness itself, and actually only came into being when the Celestial's light flashed into his darkness, and lo and behold, Knull was created. Knull is also the creator of symbiotes, or as we know them, Clientar. You know, the gooey aliens that give Venom and Carnage their powers. Yeah, those are his kids. He also got a few other creepy creations under his belt, like the Exelon. Knull is basically the master of all symbiotes. He's the core of their hive mind, meaning that every little thing that the symbiotes know, he also knows.
What's his name then? No.
We have something he needs.
All of the memories, all of the knowledge, and probably all of the powers, it's all his. And he can control them no matter where they are in the universe. He's honestly the best micromanager I've ever seen. Knull has one goal, and it's wiping out the Celestials and everything that they created, which is super helpful in where we are in the MCU. He's not a fan of the shiny space gods, and he's made it his mission to corrupt them and destroy all life. He's got this twisted love for chaos and bloodshed, also shared fond memories of wreaking havoc with the All Black and the Necrosword with Eddie Brock. Knull does have a weakness though, and Knull's biggest flaw, it's his arrogance. He always thinks he's unbeatable and constantly underestimates his enemies, like Thor, the Silver Surfer, and of course, Venom. Instead of using his full power, Knull likes to sit back and let his symbiote army do the fighting for him. And that laziness tends to more than likely lead to his downfall. Knull has an army of symbiotes, and they have ravaged entire civilizations, leaving destruction in its wake. Even when he's not in battle, Knull is just calm and collected, enjoying the sight of chaos. But if you mess up his plans, he generally flips out.
You're not going to like this.
No, I can absolutely guarantee you I'm gonna.
My home has found us.
Eddie tried to stop him once from re-corrupting the Venom symbiotes, and Knull, well, acted in very Knull fashion. Now in the Marvel Universe, Knull ended up stuck inside an artificial planet, Clientar. This is an entire planet made up of symbiotes. And he couldn't do much at first, just kind of hanging out in a dormant state. But his presence alone was enough to send the symbiotes into a total panic, which kind of seems like where we're headed into Venom 3. They know that their Dark God is there, and it's only a matter of time before he breaks free and reignites his campaign to destroy everything. Which obviously is difficult for Venom, who's found this new love of Earth and Eddie, so obviously that's not something he's gonna want. And even though Knull wasn't directly involved in the combined invasion of Earth, it still rattles things. Symbiotes without hosts went into overdrive, and the hive mind overloaded. This gave Knull the chance to sneak into their shared consciousness and corrupt a symbiote on Earth, causing even more chaos. It's like the symbiotes know it's only a matter of time before Knull breaks free and starts his crusade to end all existence once again. I also want to emphasize one more time how powerful Knull is. He is a god. And right now, all we've kind of talked about is how he was able to control Venom and the symbiotes with mind control. But even that essence and that power from afar is a lot. But this man literally could take out Celestials. When the Celestials initially invaded his void and his domain by bringing their light in, because as Celestials do, they want to create life anywhere they can, however they can, in order to build planets, to build more Celestials. It's that whole, cycle. They tried to do that in the void where Knull resides, and he was not having that. So, after an intense battle, Knull actually took the Necrosword and chopped one of the Celestials' heads clean off. This is not a man to be messed with. So the fact that we see Knull making his way to Earth is incredible, and it just kind of ups the stakes for Venom, knowing that Venom is also someone who has taken on Knull. It's just an incredible story. Knull is just incredible, and all the stories that surround Knull are amazing. I do want to also note that after Knull beheaded one of the Celestials, he enslaved 3 more. So if we're wondering where the ranking goes or who's beating who in the whole Celestial versus Knull fight, Knull has clearly won. They disturbed his peace, and now he has wrecked their everything. He's just a bad boy. But I do want to also point out that Knull is a paradox, and like Oblivion, he shouldn't actually exist. So the fact that he's out here wreaking havoc, beheading Celestials, coming to Earth to meet Venom, it's just interesting because none of this should actually be happening, and it's only because of random events like the Celestials passing past the void that he even exists, and all of this chaos is happening. So from this trailer, we can already see that Knull is on the way. He is coming. He is floating his way to Earth, and it's creating a really big stir with the symbiotes there. Whether or not we're actually going to get to see Knull and the Celestials, and this honestly would be a really good time for Marvel and Sony to join hands because of the direct correlation between the Celestials and Knull, if only those two could work together. But with the title being The Last Dance, it's really unlikely that we're going to see another Venom film beyond this one. So it might just be that Knull is a one-off in this film and we don't actually get to see him come to fruition, and honestly, we might end up seeing him get beaten in this, or maybe not make it all the way. It just is a bummer that we have this separation between the properties of Sony and Marvel, seeing how directly connected the Celestials are to Knull. So it's going to be interesting to see in this movie how they avoid talking about that, or how they dance around those two subjects. I am really interested to see all of the other symbiotes. I'm wondering if we're going to get to see some of the other vastly interesting symbiotes beyond Venom. We've done a lot of series here on Geek where we discuss all of these different symbiotes, so feel free to catch any one of those videos. For me personally, I think that's what I'm looking forward to most in this new film. Yes, to see Knull and to see where that journey goes, and to see how they discuss really important themes like the Celestials, and like him being an eldritch god in this Sony universe without tapping into the discussions of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, those two being very important to one another in the worlds that they've already built up. But this is now going to be the 3rd Venom, and we haven't seen a Spider-Man in sight. So it is possible. It's just going to be interesting to see how they navigate that. So let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for Knull? How do you think they're going to navigate the Celestials? And as always, make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. And I will see you guys for the next Explained.